Yo dudes! Welcome to Miso Baked Aubergine. So originally aubergines, typical Middle Eastern, Miso East, so these are Middle Eastern aubergines! This makes a wonderful dinner. We're gonna serve it here with spicy wilted greens. We're gonna kind of make some funky mulberry couscous, and these aubergines are next level. As Dave was saying earlier,
whole dish takes about half hour and it's so toasty. Aubergine is probably our top 3 favorite vegetables, and a load of people don't like it because they don't cook it long enough. It should be silky and smooth and velvety and nearly melt in your mouth. Anyway, we're gonna talk you through it in this video, and this is a fantastic dinner.
Okay, first step, we're gonna take our aubergines.
We've got 2 aubergines.
Medium-sized aubergine, just top the end off them. Cut them in half, like that. And in here, we're gonna score them. So you wanna go deep inside the aubergine. And the reason for that is just it makes it easier to cook through, for the heat to permeate inside it, and for our dressing to really infuse the middle of that aubergine.
Yeah, it's really absorbed right the way through it when you do it like this.
Because aubergines are quite spongy, and if they're not cooked right, they end up quite rubbery. We want them to be melt in your mouth texture. Okay, time to make our dressing. Aubergines absorb umami flavor incredibly. Aubergines, unless they get flavor, they're a bit like tofu. What they're marinated in, they become.
Yes. Okay. This recipe has in that it's titled Miso Baked Aubergines. So obviously we've got 2 tablespoons.
We're using a brown rice miso.
But whatever type of miso you want. Miso's great. It's got a really delicious umami flavor and a really deep, delicious flavor to it.
Yeah, I love it.
You'll get it in most health food stores.
So we have 2 tablespoons. We use brown rice. No, we use barley. Sorry, excuse me. We use barley miso. In on top, we're going to add in even more umami flavor. Tamari and aubergines are a match made in heaven.
Yes, here.
So I'm going in. We want some moisture to help it spread better. I'm going to go with 2 tablespoons.
That's a teaspoon.
Large teaspoon.
Okay, we've got in 1 teaspoon of mild chili powder, medium chili powder.
We're going to add in a little bit more fat, a little bit of oil, just to help, again, get in there and just make it crispier. So I'm going to add in 4, 3. Might seem like a lot, but it's well worth it. These aubergines are just going to crisp up and be delicious. So we have 4 tablespoons. We used a sunflower oil. Use whatever oil you like to use.
So this is a paste that we're going to use as a marinade, and this will absorb right the way through the aubergine. So okay, so I've mixed it all together. It's literally taken me 30 seconds.
Can I taste it?
Yeah. Oh, taste sensation.
Wow, miso.
So what we're going to do now is we're just going to paste it on top of it and rub it right the way through it so it goes right the way down into it.
So it permeates into the depth of the carcass of the aubergine.
And as it bakes, gravity will help, and it'll help the oil and the juices just go right the way through it. Oh, lads. That's magic. Yum.
Okay, last and final step, more for the Middle Eastern flavor as opposed to the Middle Eastern. I've got 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Just whack them over the top.
Steve always loves cumin seeds. So we're gonna bake these in an oven preheated at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Okay, meanwhile, while the aubergine's in the oven, we're gonna get the other 2 parts of the dish on. I've got a pan, I've got a decent big wok, and I've got it on a high heat.
And on top, we are adding in 1 tablespoon of oil.
We have 2 cloves of garlic.
1 clove of garlic.
1 clove of garlic. We have a thumb-sized piece of ginger, and we have half a red chili.
In it
goes into the pan. This is going to be for a beautiful, simple wilted spinach. It's going to be Middle Eastern style again. We've got a good 100-gram bag of baby spinach. As soon as this heats up, I'm going to add it in.
And once that starts to brown, we're going to add in our spinach. So in the meantime, our couscous. So I have about 200 grams, or no, I have about 150 grams of wholemeal couscous. If you can get wholemeal, it's worthwhile seeking out. It'll just be higher in fiber, which means it'll fill you up, help your digestion, help your microbiome better.
And really help for weight loss as well.
Oh, nice.
3 top tips for fiber.
So in on top of that, I have a handful of mulberries. So
question, Steve, if I didn't have mulberries, do I need them?
No, you could use any type of dried fruit, but the reason why we're putting mulberry in here is going to add a variety of texture and a sweetness that you're eating, you're like, oh, what's that? And although a mulberry is quite dried and chewy, once it's soaked in boiling water, it becomes a lot more softer and rehydrates slightly. So in goes our handful of Turkish mulberries, they're white mulberries. I have a pinch of black pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, and a little bit of turmeric, about 1 teaspoon of turmeric in total. In that goes. Give it a little bit of a mix. I'm just going to cover it over with boiling water and just put the plate back over on top and leave it for 5 minutes until it's cooked.
Okay, meanwhile I've fried off the onion, garlic and ginger for about a minute. Now I've got about 150 grams of baby spinach, so quite a large handful. This is going to wilt down into very little, but it'll add so much flavour.
And again, great to get some good greens. Often kind of Asian cooking, there's wilted greens, there's a ferment, and there's kind of a nice main dish. That's lovely. Yeah, nice.
So see the way it really wilts down? That's literally been frying for probably 2 minutes and it's wilted down to little or nothing. I've removed it off the heat, we're ready to go.
Couscous is done, you see there's nice flecks. Just literally take a spoon and just work through it just to kind of fluff it up.
This is going to serve 2 people, so I've got a nice serving of wilted spinach, flavoured, super infused spinach.
Going with our wholemeal couscous. White mulberry, wholemeal couscous.
Okay, so aubergine's been in the oven for half an hour. I'm going to take it out. Oh, lads!
Let's go. So
Look at
there's
this.
one per plate, that's the whole idea.
Okay, brilliant. So we're just going to pop that across the...
A few little bits of chili, I think look great. A little bit of cilantro or coriander, I think looks great. Et voilà!
Ça c'est prêt.
Ça c'est beautiful!
Ça c'est ready. Here we go, Middle Eastern miso baked aubergine. Oh, the
Looks
skin is
beautiful.
still nice and crispy. There's a bit for you, Mr. Flynn.
Okay, great. I want to get a bit of everything on my spoon at once.
Look at that, it's
bit of wilted-
beautiful. It's meaty,
wilted-
it's substantial.
Wilted greens go almost creamy, I always think. Okay, here we go, all in one. Mr. Flynn.
Okay, cheers to you. Here's the Middle East. That aubergine's
So much
class.
flavour going on, it's hard to kind of, where's it coming from? Like, it's like,
That's class.
the flavour.
If you were served that in a restaurant, you'd be delighted. Really, really good.
One thing with the aubergine, just make sure it's cooked. It should melt in your mouth. That was about 35 minutes, so make sure you leave it in long enough until it's melt in your mouth. That's the texture.
This would be fantastic if you're cooking for a date or you're trying to impress someone. This is a class dinner. Really, really is fantastic. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. And we're the Happy Pear, and we're sending loads of love.
Cheers, dudes. Bye.